get to work. Go on.
Hey everybody, Gears here with another installment of the Vibroaxe. So this is a technique I first tried several years ago and it worked very well. And the trick here is that I need to get these two pieces to insert and stay reliably if they're going to be thrown around. As you can see, that's not very good, and simple friction fit along the side is going to wear down over time, so I need something more structurally integrated. So this is where the piece goes. It's just a matter of figuring out how to get it to stay in this area overall. So initially, to get this to wedge fit in, I added two little sheets of plexiglass on each side, and that got the fit that you saw. From there, I went and filled in with Ava's epoxy as much area as I could leading up to these vents, so these remain clear. And from that, I just put this little piece of styrene down there and basically held that in place this way and pressed down over there. And that got the basic box form that you see here now. I cut away a bit of the styrene and the Avas behind it for that area. So the idea is that I'll have a little notch coming off of this guy here, or I guess that would be a tab and that would be the notch. Either way, basically that length would lock into there. So what will happen is you can see this area here is kind of grooved off on the corners, and that's to help get the fit here. Then that little leg kicking off would lock in down there. So when you shake the axe this way, that leg is going to keep that fixed in place. It can only be removed by doing that way. So if someone pulls back on it, it could come loose, that's true. But I don't expect that to happen, and my wife will probably stay fairly sane with it and give people warnings if she does actually trust someone to handle this at a convention or whatever. So, how to get this knob of a mess into this situation here, and that's where Saran wrap comes into play. And there's one thing I should do before that. Basically, I'll let you know what I'm doing here is you stuff a bunch of clay or whatever you want. In this case it'll be Ava's epoxy. Fill that in here, press the blade back in the way it should be. All the space will be taken up by the spare, and then you can pull it out because it's not connected to the inside, but it will be connected to the blade itself. And I'm going to drill some holes in here to help make that connection more secure and just rough up the surface so it has more bite and stability. But what I have to do before I put the Saran wrap in is actually put a styrene floor down here so that when I put all that Avas in here, it doesn't lock up underneath that spot. In fact, I could probably just put a little blob of it down here as a base, and yeah, so a little more trickery to do here, and it looks like I could fill in up top there just a little bit better for a moment. So let me clean all that up and I'll get back here in a little bit.
that fast?
Get better.
Obviously, I could offer you my liege, Lord. My liege.
Should go without saying, but